So, accountants or lawyer first, what do you need to do for business acquisitions? Everyone knows, if you watch this channel, you understand that I understand that you want to buy a business, and you understand that you need accountants and lawyers in your team to help you close those deals eventually, right? The question is, when do you get them, and if and when, or what do you need first? First lawyers, first accountants. This is what I'm going to share with you today and expand on, so let's get to it. And if you don't know me, my name is Moran Pober, and I'm here to help you buy your dream business, or a few of them. I've been involved in this space for many years now, and I'm the founder of Acquisitions.com. So if you're watching this video, it means that you understand a little bit the process. You understand that accountants and lawyers are basically something that you need in the deal, right? It means that perhaps you even got yourself a sector, a deal, maybe a team, maybe you started negotiations, maybe you learned how to build rapport. Obviously, you need to know the questions to ask those people throughout the process and how to position yourself and all those little nuances. But it means that you know, and you know where you're at right now. It means that you understand kind of like where you need to put yourself at. Now, one of the biggest questions I'm getting from people is, okay, now I feel like I need accountants and lawyers. And they ask me, what do I need first? Do I need lawyers first? Do I need accountants first? Now, if you follow Pena, you know that he's talking about go and get accountants first. He's saying that they're easy, and then it will be easier to get law firms, and then obviously you can get chairmans and financing, all those things that's related to a board. From my experience, in the end of the day, it all comes down to your deal. Unless you have a good deal and you know how to find the good deals right now, that's working right now in 2019 right now, still, that's what matters. For accountants, for lawyers, in the end of the day, if you don't bring them a good deal, I don't care if you go to them first or to them first, they won't take you seriously. They won't look at you as someone, a potential buyer that can close the deal. And they won't waste time on you on deferred basis, at least, of course. That's why you need to think with yourself, what is your end goal? Is your end goal to have more accountants and lawyers? No, you're getting into this space because you want to own businesses. You want to make money from businesses you own. You're not in this space to have more accountants and lawyers and to just go out there and say, hey, I got a dream team and I got accountants and lawyers, which unfortunately I see a lot of people do. They're like, hey, I got accountants and lawyers. And I'm like, I talked to them after a year and they didn't still do a deal because they don't even know what's the process after that. They're like, okay, I got this, what's next, right? They're not even sure what they need to do next and what mistakes they're going to have and what challenges they're going to have while taking that action. You need to understand that accountants and lawyers, they're important, super important to close deals, especially if it's your first one. But then I want to give you a different perspective to understand that, you know what, you don't even need them. Like to close a deal, you know that you can write a sales and purchase agreement on your own, which can basically be your words talking about the deal, and then the seller is literally signing it. It can be literally via email that you write notes and he's then sending you a signature. Do you know that? Lawyers are important, yes, especially if it's a bigger deal. There are due diligence process that you want to work with and you want to have a full list of understanding what's involved and what's the process in the due diligence. Yes, I highly suggest you to go through them. But people think that if they can't get the big four accounting firm or they can't get the biggest law firms in the world, then they can't close deals, which isn't the case. I'll tell you even more than that. Many times I suggest people that their first deal, just go and find a local one. Find a good small accountant or lawyer, because they won't be as expensive as big four firms. And if you know how to position yourself well, you won't pay them unless you close the deal. Another thing to consider is the fact that sometimes if you have a small deal, those big firms won't even work with you. It's not worth their time, right? So you need to take all those things into consideration. You need to focus on what's important. What's important is for you to find a deal and sign LOI. And when you sign LOI, trust me, any accountant and lawyer will work with you. Not anyone, but 1 out of 3 at least will work with you if you know how to position yourself right. And if you don't know, if you can't show them that you're capable, that you know the language of M&A, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to position yourself well. Those are the things you need to focus on. Instead of focusing on, hey, should I get lawyers first or accountants first? And then I see people who are literally don't take action because they got lawyers first before accountants, and then you think, oh, they screw the process. Think with yourself, why are you even in this space? It's to do acquisitions, it's to buy businesses, it's to own businesses, and to do whatever it takes to close the deal. Not to have a better accountant or a better lawyer and brag on it in LinkedIn or Google or whatever with your cool website. This is not your focus. Your focus is to close the deal. And yes, accountants and lawyers can super help you in the deal. And I use them all the time, super important. But you also need to understand the full process. You need to know what the accountants and lawyers are going to work on. You need to understand what's going on. If you don't understand what they're doing, I mean, they're gonna screw you. I talked to few really successful people. I met few billionaires, and I can tell you that every business that billionaire that I met own, they know some of the small details better than their employees. Now, it doesn't mean that that person is doing the work. He got employees to do it for him, but he knows what his employee need to do. He gotta understand the full process. He gotta understand the full system. Otherwise, how can you expect to grow? How can you expect people not to screw you? Think about everything you're good at. Like, you want to play basketball, you want to become good at basketball. How can you be good at basketball if you don't even know the rules, if you don't know the full process, if you don't even know the language of the game? Same here. If you think you can make it without understanding the full picture, to have an A to Z system and process, with the nuances, with having support around you and some mentorship and accountability and a second set of eyes, I'm sorry, but I mean, good luck. I never saw anyone that's making it to work without that. And if you will, it's probably going to take you 10 times more time than it will otherwise, with the support, with the accountability. And if you want to see how it worked for me and my client, I'm going to put here a free training to help you with this, to show you A to Z how that works. And I hope you got some value from this video. And if you did, please like this video and let me know in the comments below what questions you have, any question, because these are the next topics for my next videos. Now, another big question that I'm getting from people is how to negotiate a deal. And there's only one way to negotiate. And that's exactly why I created this next video for you. So go and watch this video next on how to negotiate. Go and watch it right now, and I'll see you there in a bit.